that silence moment. Yeah, that weird silence moment.
Yuri, who's that guy on the picture? It's Raul Seixas.
Yes, Raul Seixas. Yeah.
Looks like you in the future.
Look like me in the future. Yeah, maybe a little bit, I'm not bald yet, but yeah, I'm not full of hair like Raul Seixas, and I'm not bald like Walter White. So the second one is Walter White. Do you remember Walter White from Breaking Bad, the doctor? So yeah. Okay, let's start. So we are live on YouTube, and I will start making a few reminders here. So look, Talk and Talk is not a place for you to have a class here. Talk and Talk is a place to have a class, but not here, not today, not in this session. All right. And the session is the place where we talk to each other, where we exchange information in a really respectful way. So remember, don't make corrections, any type of corrections, because it blocks the learning, moment when you are acting. All right. You have the right time to correct a person, or a person needs to be corrected sometimes, but it's not this moment. This is the action moment, the moment where we really go through the conversation. And remember that if you want to, you can have real English classes, for basic or intermediate classes, or intermediate levels. And that's that. I will start talking about the topic, but before we do that, I would like to know you a little bit better. Camila, can you start introducing yourself?
Yes, my name is Camila. I have 31 years old. I'm from São Paulo, and I'm here to learn talking English, to work with that. My objective is it's getting a work in English, talking English.
Getting a work speaking in English, but you want to speak, your job is like that, something like that?
Yes, I want a job out of this country, Brazil.
All right. Very good. Very good. I hope you can achieve your goal, Very good. I like that. All right. So Camila from São Paulo. Camila, you don't look like 31 years old. All right. You look like younger. Diego, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay. Good evening, guys. I'm Diego. I'm 40. I live in São João del Rei, a small city here in the state of Minas Gerais. I'm a professor here, and I'm trying to learn more about English and improve my communication skill. And I like to play guitar and pizza, lasagna. It's good food. And that's it all. It's good for this night.
Pizza and lasagna are awesome, man. Awesome.
Italian food, it's awesome.
Yes, it's crazy. It's insane. I love that. I try to be a little bit far from this type of food because I'm diabetic type 1. I can eat, but it's a lot of carbohydrate, but it's beautiful. It's insanely beautiful. Oh, it's tasty. I love that. Okay, Eduardo. Tell me, please, who are you, Eduardo?
Yes, of course, I will. So I am Eduardo. I'm from Curitiba. So I am here in TNT. I don't know, man. I forgot the numbers of times that I'm here. Around 100 times.
Wow.
But in different days, yes. I know some of you. Bruno, I know. Jefferson, I know. The others meetings. I am 40 years old, and so I love to say that I've been studying English about 20, 21 years. And I am a little tired, because oh man, I started and stopped and started study English many times in this period of my life. So it's a half of my life, studying English. And I think, yes, I think the problem was because I studied and don't practice. So I spend money and time, and for this I'm here today, and I study English all the time today. I use it in my life. English can open the doors of the world for you. This is true. This is really true. And for this, I'm here practicing. And so I think TNT is amazing because beyond you practicing, you can make friends. And so when you are talking with friends, it's much more easy, And so I love it.
Yes, man. And when you said your story, I was thinking, man, now, yeah, it's no clue you will be successful, in your journey in English because you are practicing. It's the point. We try to study all, our life, but yeah, nothing compares to the practicing. Yeah. All right. Nice to meet you, Eduardo. And I would like to know to visit Curitiba maybe one day. I don't know.
Coming.
Yeah, I don't know when, but I'm sure I want to visit Curitiba.
Coming, especially in winter, is special here.
Yeah, people talk about it. I've heard about it. So this is the reason I'm curious about Curitiba.
Okay.
Bruno, I'm excited to know more about you. Tell me.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Bruno. I'm 32 years old. I'm married. I live in Santos City, and I've been here on TNT, I think, around 2 years, and I've been making a lot of new friends, and it's a really good place to be here, And Yuri, I was one of your meetings, and I was surprised the way that you guide the conversation. You treat the people really kind, in a kind way. And man, congrats, you are doing a great job. When I become older, I want to be like you. Really nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, really good words. And I always when I receive compliments from you, it's like a fuel, to me. It's like gas. So it's really good. I like that. So thank you, Bruno. And you are wearing a t-shirt that's my favorite color, blue. So yeah.
Nice.
Oh, great. Raquel. Raquel, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Can you introduce yourself, Raquel, please?
Oh, for sure. Good evening, guys. I'm Raquel. First of all, I like to sorry for my camera. I couldn't get a webcam or something like that, so that's why you're not seeing my face. Sorry for that. But I like to introduce myself. I'm Raquel. I'm from São Paulo, São Bernardo do Campo, more specifically. I'm 29 years old, sorry. And I'm here because I wanted to improve my English skills, especially my speech. That's something that I wanted to work on it. So and it's my second time here, and I didn't get back here because I don't have enough time, but I wanted to keep here in a how can I say that? I wanted to be here more. That's what I wanted to say. So thank you for the opportunity, and I hope all of us enjoy this meeting.
All right, Raquel, nice to meet you. And a second time, so welcome. Yeah, well,
Thank
it's
you.
two times to say welcome. Is anybody here for the first time? Camila, I've never seen you on my sessions before.
It's my 33
Your
three
third.
class.
All
Third.
right,
Yes.
I understand. Very good. So welcome too. Okay,
Thank you.
Camila, of course, it's Eduardo, and you are. Eduardo is here for more time. So please come again. You are all welcome on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. So it's very, very good having you here. And it's really good when you come, at the same time, because, the people that goes at the same time that so I don't know, it makes a little bit of connection. For example, Diego, I see the guitars behind Diego, and I remember the last conversation we had, and he was here, and it was really, really a fun and good conversation. But okay, let's go. Let's start. I will share with you guys the questions about being a risk taker, all right? It's about taking risks. This is the topic today. And I have some questions to discuss with you, and I would like to share on chat, all right? So now, is everybody seeing the 10 questions? Can everybody see?
Yes.
Did you receive, Diego? All right. So let's start. When we talk about taking risks, I know taking risks is something that's very important in life, and maybe sometimes we run away from this thing, from taking risks, and sometimes we have to, and we really take some risks. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So this is what we're going to talk about right now. So the first question is, what images spring to mind when you hear the word risk? What images, Diego, please, spring to mind when you hear the word risk?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I imagine something like fear. Feel fear, or sometimes it's exciting. Think in risks. Depends. Sometimes we have good risks in our lives, like when you know a new person and you are in love, or I don't know, when you give a new job or a new opportunity to work. It's I feel good feelings when I think in this kind of risks. But for another side, we have sometimes it's maybe dangerous, some risks, like when I think in my kids. I have 2 little boys, and sometimes I have fear when I think that they are in, I don't know, in difficult situations. Yeah, it's risks. It's a hard question to speak to me, but yeah, I think about this. And how about you, Jefferson?
In my case, as economist, I take risk all the time. I am putting money on stocks like Petrobras, Magazine Luiza, and etc., etc. This is part of my life, to take risk. You can earn, you can gain a lot of money, and you can lose money. This is part of my my job as a professional of financial, I do this every day. For example, today is not so good because the stock exchange it's down, really down now. And if you put money on stocks, you lose money. So you took risk. This is part of our life. And as economists, we must to reduce this risk. How can you reduce this risk? With a lot of information. You must be prepared for the markets. For the markets, you need to pay attention about the numbers. What is the tendency? What's the trajectory of the numbers? To put your money, for example, in Petrobras, Magazine Luiza, like this. So I do this all the time, every day. Sometimes I'm a winner, sometimes I'm a loser.
All right, very good explanation. Thank you, Jefferson. Camila Bertazzo. Camila, what images spring to mind when you hear the word risk? What can you see? What images in your mind describes risk? You know.
I don't know some specific image. When I think risks, I think it's there's something good or there's something bad. And something risk it's necessary, and something risk it's it can be bad. I don't know what word I would say, but I agree with I didn't see his name because Jefferson. Take risk. It's good when you analyze the numbers, when analyze the situation, you be careful, you take risks with be careful.
Very good. All right. So, Eduardo, what images spring to mind when you hear the word risk? Can you imagine a scene or some example of risk? I don't know. What images?
It's me?
Yes.
Okay. So it's interesting, because for me, it depends of the part of my life. When I was younger, I think risk was much more easy to decide. So risk taught me a lot of things in my life. If I not took some risks in my life, I'd never seen Las Vegas in United States. I lived there, but I don't have money for this. But I take risk, and I lived there. So, and a lot of things in my life. My degree, my post-degree is the same. And the English is my next, it's my next goal, And so I think the risk can give you some good things, but of course you need to think about the risk, when Jefferson's talking about risk, I remember that I bought this book, Jefferson. This book is about investimentos à prova de crise. Look that. So it's amazing, It's a book of the $1 billion, man. So when I started to read this book, I think I thought, I give up because it's very, very hard, man. So you need You need a lot of information. You need to know a lot about money, because when you invest, you need to open an account in some different banks. I don't know how can I say the name in English. And so, when you sell your papers, you pay. When you buy, you pay. You need to make accounts all the time, because you need to know if you are earning or losing money. And so it's very crazy, invest money, especially when you think in a company about Petrobras, no? Because sometimes Petrobras, you are earning money, and when you think, oh my gosh, my money, so the numbers decrease, and you, oh my gosh, I lost my money. So I need to study a little bit more. After this, I will invest my money. And so I think risk have both sides, no? You can earn a lot things or a lot money, but you can lose it, and you need to take care with some things, study a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Eduardo. Bruno, tell me, what images spring to mind when you hear the word risk?
Yeah, so for me, when I hear the word risk, I imagine it's something like you are in a adventure movie, for example, and you are just about to lose or gain or earn everything. It depends of the situation. It depends of what are you doing to get or to lose something. But for me, basically, risk is like you are out of your comfort zone, and depending on the situation, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. You can lose or win everything. Yeah, that's it.
Very good, very good. Raquel, what
Yes.
images can you see in your mind?
So what comes to my mind when I see the word risk is something that demands a lot of efforts. For sure. No. First of all, I wanted to complement what Bruno said about risk, because when depends on the context, risk could be something like a threatening, something that is dangerous, or when you face some challenge in your life, for example. So I guess the word risk, it is conditioned to a lot of situations, and in a general perspective, I think that risk is something that demands your efforts. I think that's it.
All right, guys. In my case, I think what are the images that comes to my mind when I think about risk. I'm not going to define risk now, but I always think about, you don't know the future. You are not sure. Everything you are not sure, it's a risk, right? So in my mind, I think about, of course, the images that comes to my mind is adventure sports. For example, I think when I think risk, I think it comes to my mind that a surfer or a skateboard, I meant skating, boarding. So I see a policeman with a gun walking down the streets. So I think about it, taking a lot of risk. I see people inside a bus, it's taking a lot of risk, because, I don't know, you don't wear seat belts. So man, it's a lot of risk, but of course we do that. But so I think when I think about risk, I think about going out and trying to approach yeah, a person, you know, that you are interested in, it's a risk. Maybe the person is going to say, "I'll get out." Yeah. Or maybe the person is going to say, "Oh, the love of my life." So yeah, it's interesting. I see those images, and I also see the image of, you know, those ups and downs of the stocks, you know, the stock market. So I see that that is an image that relates to risk in my mind. But now I would like to know, what's your definition? I know that some of you had already defined risk, but I would like you to try to do that in a different movement. Try to define risk. Think it as if you were, you know, I don't know, a man, a philosopher, you know. So now you have to create a short sentence to define risk. Think about all the risks that you have taken in your life and define in one phrase, in one basic and simple sentence. How would you define risk? I know it's hard, so let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. Try to do that in a really fun way. Let's start with Jefferson. Can you do that?
Just in 3 words, a situation you must control.
Very good. All right.
That's
Situation
it.
you must control. Very good. Maybe we are going to create a really interesting quote today. Let's do it. I'm going to post it on my Instagram. All right. So, all right.
Okay.
All rights reserved.
And you never must forget Alsatians. If you have risk, try again.
All right. Very good. Very good. Eduardo, your turn.
Life is a risk.
Yeah, life that you live is a risk. Really good. Diego, your turn. Define risk in a simple phrase. It can be a phrase, right?
I don't know. It's a state of instability or imprecisions.
So
to me, it's like this.
a risk is
when you are in front a new situation and you don't have stability. It's, I don't know about it's
yes,
correct this word.
Balance.
Yeah.
You can say balance, stability.
Balance. Yeah. Yeah, it's the better that I can create in English.
Very good. Oh, very good. We will have fun today. You need to create the next, you know, word.
Okay.
No, yeah, we can just have fun. Bruno, please, your turn. A phrase, a sentence.
Yeah, I was trying to imagine it and think about something, and the better that I got was risk is like when your fear wants to grow inside you, but your courage speaks louder. You know, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bruno. Camila Bertazzi, what's your definition of risk?
I'm not a good philosophy and neither to talk in English. And
no worries.
I think it's risky. It's necessary. Everything, every moment that your life, you will need to take some risk. You can't live without risks, but we need to take careful.
You say you are not philosopher?
No.
Because yeah, your sentence is really good. Yeah, I really like it. Really, all right. I'm not lying. Really good. So taking risk is something that, you know, makes part of your life. Yeah, all day long. Maybe I don't know how to recreate because I don't remember the words you have used, but very good. I like that, Camila. Raquel, what's your definition of risk?
I guess risk is a situation that in which you made a decision that make you lost again.
All right, very good. Yeah, very good. A basic definition, but very good. Look, sometimes it's really important to repeat the obvious, all right? The obvious thing. It's not so hard, but it's good the way we think about the thing, you know? The same thing, we think differently. So one thing, oh, the risk is something that we have all day long. In all situation, we have to take some risk. The other thing that you know, risk is a moment when you, so it's very, very interesting. Our minds are fantastic. And to me, risk is when you don't know the next step, you know, when you don't know the next, the next step, when you don't know what's in front of you or in the next minutes or what's going to happen. This is what I think. My sentence is not so good as yours, all right, but that's that. Let's go to the next question. And the next question is, are you a risk taker? Are you a risk taker? I know some of you already are, yeah, but I would like to know your explanation why you are a risk taker or why you are not a risk taker. Because, you know, try to think about you. Who are you? Are you really a risk taker or no? All right, it's not right or wrong here. If you are more careful person, you're not a risk taker. If you are a person who likes to do things that you don't know how it's gonna, you know, end up, so you are a risk taker. Think about it. All right, Camila, start with you. Are you a risk taker? Why or why not?
Yes, I'm usually take a risk, but when I have to do this, I have afraid. I always have afraid, but I think I need to take a risk. The same I need to do, but I always think a lot of things. I analyze the situation, the possibilities, but when my conclusion is said, yes, you can do this, and I do. That's it.
So you are a cautious risk taker. So you take risk, but of course you go cautious. Very good. Very good. Raquel Neres.
Yes.
Oh,
So
you
I
are.
consider myself a risk taker for sure, because in my journey, during my journey in my life, I made some decisions that were so important to me, and that decisions demanded not just demanded some kind of courage of me. So I consider myself a risk taker because even when I'm afraid of doing something, I breathe and face the challenge. So I think I take the risk.
Yeah, very good. It sounds really inspiring, you know, the way you speak about it. Very good,
Oh,
Raquel.
thank you.
Bruno, what about you?
Yeah, so in my case, I think when it's necessary, I like to take the risk, you know, because sometimes we need to, not sometimes, all the time we need to think before we act, you know. I'm a kind of person that I do it all the time. And sometimes the risk that we have is just like, I know that is important. I know that it can be a good thing. The possibility to become a good thing is higher than I lost something, but I am afraid to step forward, you know. And in this situation, we need to go, we need to be brave, as Raquel said, you know. And there are some situations that the possibility to lose everything is higher, you know, and we need to step back and think more, maybe change a little bit the path that you are trying to go, you know, go through, and that's it. But when I need to do something and I need to take that risk, I will go for it without doubt, you know. Yeah. That's it.
All right. Good, Bruno. Diego.
All right. Yeah, I am a take risker, of course. I'm here on Talk and Talk at 9 p.m. live on YouTube to speak English with these guys that are amazing, that speak like a native. So yeah, I'm taking a risk to learn more about English, but I think that when you are a kind of person that try to improve all the time, and you need to take risks. So yeah, in my life, I always take risk in my job. How I say, I teach, so I try to improve my classes all the time. So, and I need to take risks. Yeah.
All right. So the class of risk takers. Eduardo. Eduardo, tell me about you. Are you a risk taker? Why not?
So I definitely not a risk taker anymore.
Yeah, I know. I know a bunch of people.
Because, oh man, so I made crazy things in my life until today. And now I just wanted to take a balanced life.
All right.
I am planning my retire. I am planning my retire. No?
All right.
And so I already wrote a book, made a boy, and now I just need to plant a tree. Just it. My life, it's okay, and I and for this, so I am take it easy, and so that's okay.
Eduardo, you have a really, really good vibe, man. Really good vibe. It's
really
because
I'm not smoking nothing, viu? I'm not smoking nothing.
You're all right. No worries. We understand.
Nice. Thank you.
Just a chamomile tea, baby. No. You are very funny and happy, man. And your happiness, it's something that we feel here. So this is a kind of energy that's very, very important and very good to have, So this is a compliment. Very good to have you here, Eduardo. Jefferson, what about you? Are you a risk taker? Of course you are.
Sure,
Every time?
Sure, man. Most of the time. Ups and downs. This is part of my life. Because as economist study, I graduated 40 years ago, a long time ago. I really don't remember. Because as economist, I just know to count until 30. I really don't know my age now, but I really take risk. I'm a risk taker. Because all my life, I used to see the situation of the companies, the situation of the market, the situation of the numbers, the figures, the economy. That's very important for me to take a decision. I must to buy or to sell a stock, for example. And I do this every day. This is part of my life. As I said, you must take risks. Sometimes you can win, sometimes you can lose. What's the best way to be a risk taker? Is to have information. This is the most important thing. The more information you can get, you can have, the less you can lose. In everything, not just about the stock, but about a lot of things. For example, if you're going to have a surgery, for example, you must think about the surgery that you want to take. Go read about that. So it's better when you talk with the doctor, what the consequence of this surgery, for example. I think the life is this. It's a risk taker. Everything you do, and you must to get information to be a better person.
Very good, Jefferson. Thank you. So yeah, a risk taker group. Eduardo is not. I'm not always a risk taker. Yeah, I was. I think sometimes I'm really a risk taker. You know, sometimes I'm really I really dare, you know, to do things that are going to make me fear, you know. So I like this feeling. I like this emotion, you know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I will, you know. I will do that. I will try that. But I'm not always like that. I'm father, and I'm a father of two beautiful girls, and man. Yeah. Oh no. I sometimes I teach them how to take risks because I don't like them to, you know. I try to do things with them that I know maybe they can hurt themselves, not serious, you know, but just, you know, riding a bike, for example, or going to a sport, a more radical sport. So I like to do that. But I think after I had my two kids, I became a more cautious person. So sometimes I'm cautious, sometimes I'm a very excited risk taker. I have this in my blood, but it's not every time here. But okay, let's go to the next question, because look, I know we don't have time to go to all of them, and but look, I want to ask you the question: what are the risks of not taking risks? But not now. All right, so we're going to the next one, that is, what are the advantages or disadvantages of taking risks? So we're going to talk about it a little bit. And if we have time, we're going to answer the next one. If we don't have time, this is going to be your question to home. So I love when you take questions to think about it after. First, because of course you're going to remember me, you know, so I like that. It's good. You're gonna remember, oh, you asked me this question, so it's good to me. But it's not the first reason. The reason is because I want you to go deeper on the topics, not only here, not only in the questions here. I want you to think more about it. You know, if you need to take a risk and you are maybe procrastinating, or if you need to take less risks because you are a little bit, you know, crazy right now. So, okay, let's go. What are the advantages or disadvantages of taking risks? Jefferson, please start with that.
Sure, my friend. I think you have only advantages.
All right.
Because you need to look for information most of the time.
All right.
You can reduce your risk with knowledge, with information. And the best way to do this is to read, to listen, to pay attention only for good information or good theories. In my case, as economist, I used to say to my students, you must read this and that, because I have experience, a long time of experience. And this is the best way, read this and that, and didn't pay attention about, for example, about fake news, something like this. So I think this is the advantage, and you must prepare to take a risk.
Thank you, Jefferson. Very good. Very good, AJ. Raquel, what about you? What are, give me, guys, it's 9:51, so I want you just to think fast. 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages of taking risks. Raquel Neres, please.
Yes, I guess the advantage of taking risks is the risk takes you away from your comfort zone. That's the main point, my point. And the disadvantage situation is this. when you taking a risk, you in general face some unexpected situations, you know. So even though you prepare yourself for that situation, some unexpected things could come to you, and not every time we're not always prepared to an unexpected situation. So that's why risk could be a disadvantage, could have some disadvantage.
Thank you, Raquel. Very good points. I like that. Eduardo, what about you? One advantage, one disadvantage. It's best.
Yes. When I lived in Las Vegas, I thought I wanted to gambling. And I think in that period of time, I was studying economy, Jefferson, because I have a degree in business administration. And I thought, so I will change $5 in coins of one dime. I have one dime from Las Vegas here in my hand. And it's about, I don't know, 50 coins, no? And I played a lot, no? But the risk is very short. The result, I don't learn nothing, just get experience. And so I think this is the good example of the advantages and the disadvantages to get risk.
All right. Thank you, Eduardo. Diego, what about you? One advantage, one disadvantage.
I think so. When you take risk, you can find news. Sometimes you give good news and good experiences and knowledge. This is good. But sometimes taking risks can be stressful and you can lose something important. Sometimes your health. So it's a risk always.
All right. Camila, what about you? One advantage, one disadvantage of taking risks.
It depends what's the result of risk. If result is good, you have advantage. If is bad, you have disadvantage. And
a good way of thinking.
That's it.
All right. Bruno, what about you?
Yeah, so for example, if the advantage is like you can win, you can lose, but the best thing for me is like you will never live in the past, you know. You always will know that the risk that you take worth or not, you know. Even if it's something bad, for example, you will learn from it, you know. So for me, it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I thank you, Bruno. I think Camila explained really well, because you know the advantages or disadvantages of taking risk is really in the result. So for example, you go out, you woke up and you decided to go out and work. Yeah, you are taking a risk. Maybe you are gonna have a lot of good people in your way, and you are going to end your day in a really good mood. So you took a risk and your day was awesome. And maybe you're gonna go to your work, and maybe your boss is gonna be in a bad day, and maybe you are gonna lose some money on the street, or maybe, you know, a man is going to, I don't know, say something bad to you, and when you come home, maybe, you know, something bad happened, and yeah, you took a risk, and yeah, and by the end of the day, you were in a bad mood. So yeah, the result, taking risk was the same. You did the same thing. You just got out of your house, but at the end of the day, the result was different. So I think, yeah, like Eduardo said, life is taking risks every day. So guys, thank you. I would like to ask you two things. One thing is, think about the question number 8. What are the risks of not taking risks? You know, and think deeper. What is not taking risks in actions? You know, in my life, in your life, what is this exactly? Because sometimes we try to answer the question, but very briefly. No, I want you to think, what's that? What is taking risks, and what is not taking risks? You know, what's the definition of that? Maybe if I decided today I'm not gonna take risks, what would I be doing? So think about it, and think about the risks of doing that. You know, think about it and reflect. Try to think a lot. You know, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or more if you would like, or discuss with someone close to you. It's a really good question. I would like to have asked here before, but all right, our time is close to the end. But I would like, the second thing I would like to ask you is to answer the feedback link that you can see on chat. It's very important, and especially for Camila and Raquel that are here for the second and third time. It's very important for you to understand it's not about talk and talk generally, all right? It's about today's session. It's about this session, the topics, the conversation, the host, you know, everything you want to share. It's very important, good or bad, all right? It's very important. So be free, go there and answer that. You are going to be helping us. And I would like to remember you that Talk and Talk has, you know, a platform that you can go, you can visit the site, the website, and you can sign up to have to join the course. Yes, I'm not with the link here. I had a little bit of problem, but you can find that on the website of Talk and Talk. And thank you all. Did you enjoy the conversation, today's conversation?
Yes, I really enjoy it.
All right, so thank you a lot for that. I hope to see you soon, very soon, and have a great night, great sleep. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Yuri. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me. See you next meeting.
Try again. Raul Seixas.
Try again.